The stars glimmered with the remnants of countless lost ships, their fiery trails stretching across the cold expanse of space. Near the third planet of the Kepler system, two immense fleets faced off across the void, like ancient armies poised for a decisive clash. The war had dragged on for 3 relentless years, exhausting the fighters of both sides, yet neither would surrender. Commander Tsar stood on the bridge of his flagship, eyes locked on the enemy formation displayed on the enormous observation screen. His 4 muscular forearms danced over the control panels, verifying weapon systems one final time. The hegemony had deployed him here with 200 of their finest warships. Today, there would be victory or death. "Sir, all ships report battle readiness," the weapons officer announced, his voice quivering despite years of military training. Even seasoned crew still felt a chill at the sight of so many alien warships. Zartar's people had been voyagers for over a millennium, their empire spanning 50 star systems, yet no conflict had tested them like this one. Wars were supposed to be orderly, a few skirmishes, a dash of diplomacy, then peace. This was not that war. It was endless, bleeding both sides dry with attrition. Across the battlefield, Admiral Velnara of the Free Worlds Alliance reviewed her fleet. She had faced Zartar many times before, each encounter teaching them the other's tactics. Both commanders were masters of strategy, relentless and calculating, aware that the outcome of today's engagement would define everything. "Enemy fleet is holding formation," reported her sensor officer. "They're waiting for us to move first." A faint smile curved Velnara's lips, her blue skin tinged with purple at amusement. After 3 years against the hegemony, she had learned to read their behavior. Zartar was deliberate, cautious, clever. He would not attack until victory was nearly certain. The Alliance fleet spread into sleek, nimble formations designed for rapid strikes, while the larger, sturdier hegemony vessels relied on brute strength and shielding. Both sides had advantages and vulnerabilities poised on the brink of destruction. The void between the fleets would soon be a storm of energy beams, missiles, and detonating ships. Thousands of soldiers would perish, possibly tens of thousands. Both commanders understood the stakes, but also the inevitability. The war could not end today, yet it would be defined here. Zartar studied the tactical display, noting the slight numerical advantage his fleet held. Still, it was a precarious edge. Velnara might have concealed vessels ready to strike at the critical moment. He had learned long ago not to trust sensors blindly. "Initiate attack protocol. All ships, advance on my command," he ordered. The hegemony fleet surged forward in tight formation, shields overlapping like a fortress of steel. A tactic centuries old, yet still effective. The Alliance had to attack or risk losing their home worlds. Velnara observed the enemy advance and nodded. "Signal all wings. Execute Plan 7. The fleet split into 3 groups. The main body to confront head-on, flanked by 2 rapid strike squads from either side. It was a gamble, but the only viable strategy against the heavier hegemony vessels. As the fleets drew nearer, the emptiness of space shrank. Weapons charged. Shields hummed. Soldiers murmured prayers, thought of home, braced for the carnage about to erupt. Then, impossibly, a new variable entered the scene. "Sir, new contact. Unknown vessel approaching Sector 7. Zartar spun to the main display. A single ship, unlike anything catalogued in hegemony databases, drifted toward them. Its blocky, irregular design contrasted sharply with the elegant warships of both sides. On the Alliance flagship, Velnara received the same report. "One ship?" she asked. "Yes, Admiral. Unknown design. Moving slowly. No other vessels detected nearby." Both commanders stared, realizing that the war they had prepared to fight would now share the stage with an unforeseen player. Could it be a new hegemony weapon? Velnara's science officer shook his head. Its energy signature was unlike either fleet's. Zartar reached the same conclusion. Not ours, not Alliance, something entirely new. The mysterious ship continued, showing no signs of weapon activation or shield projection, just steady, confident movement into the midst of thousands of hostile vessels. For the first time in 3 years, Zartar and Velnara faced uncertainty. "Orders, sir?" Zartar's weapons officer asked. "Hold position. All ships, weapons at the ready, but do not fire," Zartar commanded. Across the battlefield, Velnara issued the same directive. Both fleets paused, watching the alien vessel approach, unaware that this small intruder would redefine their war. From the bridge of the UNS Independence, Captain Jake Morrison gazed at the stars as his ship emerged from faster-than-light travel. After 6 months in deep space, the Kepler system sprawled before them. "The Kepler system, thought to be empty," Jake murmured. "Jump complete, Captain. All systems nominal," Chief Engineer Lisa Park confirmed. Jake's crew of 45 had volunteered for humanity's first deep space exploratory mission, leaving Earth potentially forever. The United Nations had constructed only 5 ships, like the Independence. This was humanity's boldest step yet into the galaxy. "Ryan, scan the system. Let's see what we've arrived to," Jake ordered. Tactical Officer Ryan Cole's fingers danced across the console. Within minutes, anomalies appeared. Hundreds of energy signatures crowded the system, far more than any natural phenomenon could explain. "They're moving," Amy Foster, the youngest communication specialist, noted. "Not planets, not asteroids, ships. Hundreds of them." Jake's pulse quickened. Humanity had not merely discovered alien life. They had stumbled into the middle of an interstellar war. 2 massive fleets faced off near the third planet, poised for annihilation. "How many ships?" Jake asked. "At least 400, sir, in 2 distinct formations," Ryan replied. Science Officer Dr. Helen Cruz studied the sensor data, realization dawning. "This isn't exploration. It's a battlefield. We've arrived mid-conflict." Jake processed the implications. Their mission was diplomacy and discovery, not combat. Yet here, survival and perhaps influence was essential. Lisa checked engine capacity. "Jump drive, recharge. 30 minutes, Captain. We can't leave immediately." Amy intercepted transmissions between the fleets, partially decoded. The 2 sides were preparing to engage. Jake weighed his options: hide and retreat, or attempt contact, risking his crew for first contact. This could determine humanity's future, Dr. Cruz said softly. Jake ordered a cautious approach. "Ryan, move us closer, but keep distance. Let them see us, but we remain non-threatening." Amy broadcast general signals, mathematical constants, physical laws, intelligence, and peace. The Independence advanced, scanning details, massive alien vessels, some dwarfing Earth's largest constructions, all technologically superior. One fleet shifted subtly, ships orienting toward them. Tension coiled in Jake's stomach. Amy initiated the broadcast. "Let them know. We come in peace," Jake instructed, aware this was the defining moment of humanity's encounter with extraterrestrials. The unknown ship drew nearer to the hegemony fleet. Thick, angular, crude, it appeared fragile, yet it transmitted mathematical signals, proof of intelligence. Zartar's 4 eyes narrowed. How daring or foolish to sail a lone vessel into a war zone. He dispatched 6 elite fighters to intercept. Minutes later, hegemony pilots, confident, opened fire. But the human ship's defensive systems activated, hundreds of projectiles launched in a relentless barrage, disrupting the alien energy beams. 2 fighters vaporized instantly, others scattered. The Independence's unassuming mining lasers had become an improvised weapon of extraordinary effect. Both alien commanders watched, astonished. Zartar's top pilots had fallen to a single ship. Velnara mirrored his disbelief, ordering detailed scans. The Independence's defenses were simple, yet effective. Its purpose-built hull and rapid-fire systems confounded assumptions. Jake's crew, exhilarated yet tense, monitored communications. Both fleets sought understanding. For the first time, diplomacy arose from combat. Admiral Velnara established dialogue. "Unknown vessel, identify yourself and intentions." Jake exhaled. "I am Captain Jake Morrison of the United Nations ship Independence. We hail from Earth. We mean no harm." Silence fell. Then Zartar's voice joined the conversation. "You have interfered with hegemony operations. Explain your presence." Jake repeated, "We are explorers, studying new star systems, seeking knowledge and peaceful contact." Laughter, confusion, disbelief reverberated through alien translators. Humanity's first contact was chaotic. Proof of capability, diplomacy, and restraint rolled into one. Both commanders now analyzed humans not as a threat, but as an unknown variable. Helen Cruz studied alien tactics, precise strikes aimed to disable engines, not annihilate crews. They fight differently, she noted, minimizing casualties while retaining lethality. The fleets paused fully. Zartar and Velnara absorbed the human philosophy. War need not be endless. Enemies could become collaborators. Peace was achievable through intelligence and patience. Captain Morrison, Velnara asked, "If your species has experienced war, can you teach us to end ours?" Jake glanced at his crew. 45 humans aboard a single vessel being asked to guide the resolution of a galactic conflict. Impossible. But humans thrived on the impossible. "We will try," he said. Within moments, both fleets repositioned, not for attack, but for protection near the Independence. Lien formations shifted defensively, awaiting guidance. Humanity had, through presence and example, reframed the war itself. A new transmission. Admiral Patricia Kane of the UNS Defiance. More ships were en route, reinforcing humanity's small yet pivotal role. Jake explained the situation: negotiation, observation, and peacekeeping, not conquest. Kane's laughter over comms acknowledged the absurdity and importance of the task. Alien inquiries persisted. Thousands of wars, one planet. How could humans survive and grow? Jake answered with honesty. Conflict tempered civilization. Cooperation ensured survival. The aliens listened, their approach changing. Amy translated, "They're considering the possibility of other species like humans, experienced in war, capable of peace." Finally, both commanders requested human mediation in ceasefire talks. "Nothing in return," Jake said. "We help because it's right." The fleets lowered weapons. For the first time in 3 years, the Kepler system was silent. Not from fear, but understanding. Humans had conveyed centuries of experience in a single peaceful gesture. Conflict could end. Enemies could reconcile. The galaxy could change. Captain Jake Morrison and his crew had done the impossible. They had not only survived first contact, they had rewritten the rules of war and diplomacy simply by being human.